Hello and welcome to another episode of Nolo Time. My name is Jobed Velez, and with me is the most interesting man in the world, Joel Young.
What's good, Nolo time? Obed, pleasure to be with you, my friend. Fresh?
Yeah, good to see you, man. How's it going?
Yeah, yeah, man, doing good. I was just saying, you look quite in a
Oh,
nice
quite,
little break, right?
quite refreshed. Yeah, I was actually out in the sun today, so it's probably this glow that
Ah,
I have
okay.
going on.
Glistening, glistening.
Yeah. I took taking a couple of days just to spend time with the family and try to realign my thoughts, I guess. So yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Yeah, quite relaxing. Actually, not so much yesterday. I did um, been very busy at work, so sort of kind of hurting my back again. So so yesterday I was still feeling I guess the consequences of my actions because it
It's
was
no fun,
still
especially on
not.
an off day.
Yeah. So it was no fun. Today I'm doing much better. So not on meds. So you won't get loopy. I don't have those strong meds though.
Oh
Like a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
years ago, I used to get those really good ones. Man,
The good
was
ones.
it Percocet or something? Yeah, man,
Oh my
that was
God.
so good. I would come into the podcast just all looped up. It's like, what's up?
I feel great.
Feel awesome, man. I love you. Yeah. Yeah. It's going good, man. Um. Yeah, let's talk about from a personal side. I'll go into my WhatsApp here in a minute. Kind of a slow news week. It's usually the time after E3. I guess for the next few weeks, we're just gonna get a little bit, of news here and there. But we'll make it. We'll make it entertaining for you guys. But before I jump in, sir, what's up, man?
Yeah, I mean, not too much going on my side. I've been busy as well. I've been still staying consistent watching Superman and Lois, and I thought I'd talk about it again. It's the thing about that show is that it's fighting to be not your regular CW show. Like it's trying to be something that you think of like with the HBO Max kind of DC universe kind of shows like you think about, we talk about Titans and um Swamp Thing was fantastic. Um but like though you can tell that there's some of the quality of it that's trying to match that. But then there's the very CW style, the story interjections and plot lines that you have with his sons and all of that that's going on there. Um, they are going into the God Superman storyline where the kind of little injustice that they're going to be doing very early. I'm almost surprised by that. Not happy with how they're doing it, but you got to remember it's a TV show, so it's dumbed down very much. Hopefully with Steel coming in at some point soon, we know that character's been now very common now, linked to the show with the actor already revealing himself. And um obviously Lex
It's
Luthor
Shaq.
is No, I wish.
Oh.
I wish. I actually would think, as silly as it is, it'd be a good time. Um yeah, so I mean, I'm curious to see where they go there, and then also looking at the future of like this thing. Like you're at some point, if you're gonna have these kinds of characters, like you will have to have Lex Luthor, and the actor that plays Steel, they made it that his alias was Lex Luthor, but we knew early on he wasn't. So at some point, Lex Luthor is gonna have to come into the show. I'm very curious to see where they go there. I know you've probably seen it. The stuff with Batwing coming on with Batwoman. I don't keep up with
Yeah.
that show, but obviously that's a huge moment because you have the creator actually starring uh as the character on the
Oh,
show.
he is the
Pretty huge
creator.
deal. Yeah, man. It's a
Really
pretty huge deal. Yeah.
interesting.
So that's huge to see him suit up in that way. So I don't watch Batwoman, but I will be recording this episode on the DVR just to kind of jump in and see what's going on there.
Interesting.
on this Sunday, I think. And I think it's a season finale, so of course they're trying to pull people in.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool, man. I actually went back to watching Titans because I've been
Okay.
like busy in the mornings, and my daughter's here in the morning now because the school's out. So that's not the type of show that I'd like to watch when she's around. But she was off doing her own thing one morning. I was like, oh, I'll just grab 2 episodes of this thing before starting work. So yeah, I got to the episode with Connor. So I think
Okay.
that was good. I think those two
That's a good
episodes.
episode.
Yeah. So I watched that episode and the following one, and I think those 2 episodes were actually very solid
I agree.
episodes. Yeah. So yeah, I'll see it through. Throughout the summer, I'll catch an episode here and there, but I still like it good enough where I would come back. Honestly. So
Season 3 will be here before you know it.
yeah, yeah, I did see some pictures of that floating around. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, with the Red Hood storyline that they already got me in. Like, if it's anything Batman, I have to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
At least
So
try.
yeah, so it's very interesting that actor that they got to play Bruce Wayne because he's like
Yeah.
it reminds me of Adam West, right? A lot, but I just feel like to be like active Batman, he's too old. Like, cause
Also,
he's
his
still
demeanor.
active.
Like, you could have been an old Batman, but he doesn't suit me as, like,
He's
he
kind
doesn't,
of he's kind of like too. Uh,
he's stiff.
I don't want to say.
He's not smooth enough.
See,
He's not smart. He doesn't come across, like, sleek enough. He comes across like the old guy in the suit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that. The thing that got me is that he seems too friendly, and and that's one thing. Like
Yeah.
like he when he was talking, there was one episode back. I can't remember if it was the first season or the beginning of this one. That he was talking to Dick, and he seemed like too friendly, right? And then there was this funky episode, which I think was a good episode with Dick having the hallucinations, and he was seeing him around, and I
Yeah.
think he wasn't being himself, right? And I take it as like he's hallucinating, so he's seeing this like very out there version of Bruce Wayne that's not really the real Bruce Wayne. Um, but I just think it's weird how this Batman is still active and he's like 60 years old, and it's weird.
Yeah.
You know, I just find it interesting. Nothing against the actor. I think he's fine.
No.
It's just I guess the way they wrote him specifically on the show. By chance, did you catch that picture of Michael Keaton that got out there from The
Oh
Flash?
yeah, I was gonna say, did
Oh,
you? I
bro.
mean that was pretty cool. But did
Yeah.
you also obviously see the Supergirl pictures, man? Like
Yes.
she
Yeah.
is
She looks
amazing.
really,
Like
really
they
good.
put the TV show to the side,
Oh,
and
bro.
that's the way it's supposed to be. Obviously,
I
the
was
cape will be
real.
digitized. I saw one
Yeah.
video of her walking around in the cape.
I was really impressed with that
Oh
one.
man,
I was very, very impressed. So I'm actually really excited about Flash now. That movie, because
same,
that
same.
that movie was in development
But
hell for years, and now it's like actually being done.
But to my argument about like that movie wouldn't come out, is that movie really a Flash movie? Like I would argue that it's a movie that features the Flash, but it's not going to be very much a Flash movie.
So
Like a Flash storyline,
yeah,
but like you've got two Batmans, Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, and now you have Supergirl. Like I'm sorry, you put Batman in a movie,
yeah.
and the movie changes.
So here's the thing. I think this movie, pre Snyder Cut, when we had the Justice League,
Hmm.
and they were moving the DCU in a specific direction after that. I think this movie is making the freaking U-turn at the traffic light. It's like we gotta U-turn this thing after the Snyder Cut, and that's why it's gonna feel and be I think very different from what a lot of people are expecting. So, which I think is great. So
Yeah, I'm not mad
yeah,
about
oh,
it.
absolutely.
I just don't think it's like it's not going to be as much the Flash as people think. Like Flash will have his stuff and he'll kind of carry some of it, but
Yep.
I don't think the attention will be there the way people. I could be wrong. We'll see.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean, the
yeah,
whole point of
we'll see.
Flashpoint is centered around him and his fam. So we'll see.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. Well, We'll see. A few things of note that I've done. I'm not gonna talk about Sekiro because Sekiro is great. Um, I went to Arcade Monsters here
Oh,
in Oviedo, Florida. Um, so the place is about I want to say it's a good 15, 20 minutes probably away from me, so it's not too bad. Um, very good. I had a very good experience overall. They had a really good selection of games. They had a lot of Japanese like rhythm games and stuff that you don't see normally around, uh, oh, man, what's the new, not Dance Dance Revolution, but the one that
Just
came
Dance?
after that. No, no, no. Um,
Oh,
after
okay.
so after Dance Dance Revolution, Konami released an it's Dance Revolution. That's what it's called. And it's really cool. Like it's a very impressive arcade machine that would probably not fit in this room proper. It's because they have like an actual dance floor with lights, and the sensors are all around the dance
Nice.
floor. So
That's
you're not,
awesome.
yeah. So you're not tied to arrows. You can do your moves however you want them on that floor. So it's
Wow.
really cool. And we saw a few videos. My daughter and I started looking at like Dance Dance Revolution videos, and
Sure.
we saw the game at Japanese arcades. So what I learned that they had it here, and we were really excited for to actually check it out. So she did her own thing and had a fun with that. So that
Nice.
was good. Um, the only thing that is like lack of Ninja Turtles, man. Those none of the Ninja Turtles machines were there. They had some arcade conversions. So they had a row. I want to say about 5 cabinets that were basically PS4s that were converted, running
Mm,
like Soul Calibur 6 and Dead or Alive and Grand Blue Fantasy. So those were like they're converted. They had some of the like Astro cabinets, arcade, the Japanese cabinets with like Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Turbo. Um, Overall, man, I had a great experience. It was very good. They had a mini console setup. So basically, they had a big row or 2 rows with like a Genesis Mini and the NES Mini, Super Nintendo Mini, the Turbo Graphics Mini. So all the minis, and it was really cool. They had a Switch because they have nightly tournaments. So they have like Mario Kart and Smash tournaments like every night. There's something going on at night. They never closed down for like COVID, so they figure it out, I guess.
sure.
But it was really good. Like before going in, the girl made us. It was like, oh yeah, so before you go in, there's sanitizer everywhere, but we want to make sure that your hands are clean before you go in. So
Nice.
they sanitize your hands before going in. Um, Not too bad. Because they have like if you have three or more people, I think it's like $15. So we had three, so it was 15 for each. I think it's 17 or 18 regular price. But even with that, man, because you pay $18, it's all free play, all unlimited. Um, they have food. It's a like a really good afternoon. Like if you want to have a good afternoon and be surrounded by games, it's totally worth it.
Nice.
I was very impressed. The place was clean. Everything was really nice. The staff was nice. Only there was only like 2 machines that were down. One of them was the Simpsons machine, um, and the other one that was down was one of the Initial D cabinets. But they had a big like Initial D zero set up, and yeah, I was really impressed, man. They had a lot of stuff, a lot of really cool stuff. A lot of the old stuff, like the Donkey Kong, Dig Dug, and
Oh yeah.
all the old stuff. They had those, and they were all up and running. Robotron, Tron, Star Wars, like the Vector Star Wars. They had the Star Wars Pod, so they had a lot of really good stuff. So highly recommend it if you're in the area, or if you just want to hang out for an afternoon and not be bothered and play some games. Highly recommend it, man. It's pretty good. Another thing, it's how now we're gonna get to story time with Obed. So I remembered that my dad had an old CRT over at his place, and he told me, it's like, hey, I have this old TV here. I don't know if you need it for your old games. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll take it. Whenever I have space. So I actually made the space. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here.
Yeah.
So now I have a retro corner. But it did not come at an easy price. So after building the table and putting the TV, plugging the consoles, nothing worked. NES didn't work. My Dreamcast didn't work. The N64 didn't work. Nothing worked. So, Joel, took everything apart. All the consoles.
The consoles or the TV?
The consoles.
Okay.
So I took all the consoles apart. So I took the NES. I took it. I took out the pin connectors. I bent the pins, and I boiled it in water and vinegar to clean out the rust or oxidation.
Yeah.
Clean it up again. Boil it again. Put in one of the copies that I have with Mario and Donkey Kong and put it a couple times. Cleaned out the cartridges a little bit more because we went through all the cartridges and everything. We cleaned everything, man. And then it started working. Like it's not 100%. So the NES is probably about an 85% up and running. Most games are working okay. The games that I have here. Couldn't get any of the Zeldas to work. Ninja Turtles works. Both of them. Mario 3, Mario Duck Hunt, all that works. No problem. N64 was not too bad. Because then basically I just cleaned up the cartridges real good. Took an old credit card that I had laying around. Put up some paper towel. Just get some alcohol there. And just jam it in there in the cartridge slot on the N64. Cleaned up. Started working right away. The Dreamcast. Okay, because this one was the one that I really want to get up and running. Okay, so I almost cried out of frustration because I really love that console. And I was like, no, my Dreamcast is not working. I'm almost going to cry. And this is terrible, terrible. So, I had to readjust the laser. So basically, I had to open the Dreamcast. I cleaned it up while I was there, right? I had to take the laser off of the tray, and there's like I guess it's like a voltmeter, or it's like a power, a screw that tells the laser how much power to use to read the discs. And you're supposed to like move that screw a little bit, and then the laser gets more power. You can read your discs. Not working. I tried for like 2 hours, bro. Not working. So one other day, it's like, okay, I'm gonna just, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna leave it as it is, and then I will get an SD card conversion because they're like $50 and they're super easy to do. I can just convert the Dreamcast to an SD card, and download only the games that I own. I guess that's the only legal thing I could say right now. And
the internet.
Yeah, exactly. Place. Yeah, to the internet. And then I'll do that, right? So I reset the screw, and when I reset the screw, it started working. I was like, yes.
Oh wow, that's
so
simple.
Yeah. So after that, I reset the screw. Everything started working. Downloaded ImageBurn, downloaded a couple of games that I own, and burned backup copies. That's I'm using legal language. Yeah, I didn't do anything wrong, right? And they started working. And,
that's cool.
And it works perfect. It works perfect.
That's awesome.
So the only thing I was trying to do a boot disk so I can import games, but the boot disk was not working. So I have to figure that one out. Now I'm itching to get a Saturn. So I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Complete the collection.
Yeah. Well, if I get the Saturn, it's probably gonna be a Japanese Saturn, and I'll probably get like an Action Replay to play the US games. But I will do an SD conversion. to it. I would not run discs off of that. I would definitely find a way to do an SD conversion because it's out there now for the Saturn, and I'd probably just stick with that. But the other thing is that CRT, I mean, it's not. It's of course it's old, right? It's a CRT, but the speaker blown. The speaker's blown. So when if you get too much volume, it starts like rumbling and it's awful. So I bought a new set of speakers for my computer.
Now that was one of those Prime Day deals you told me about.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then put the speakers that I had here, because I had bought a switcher for the consoles,
Right.
and I'm just using the audio out from there to the speakers, and now I got stereo speakers on the TV,
Okay.
and it sounds good. But yeah, man, the Dreamcast started working, and I was so excited and happy, and dude, I was like, the first day I had the Dreamcast, I started playing Soul Calibur. I was like, oh, it's so good, so excited. Sonic Adventure 2, and it doesn't look terrible like on the PC. It looks proper on the on the CRT. Again, CRTs with all the flaws, but old games on it, man, there's like, it's that feeling, right? And I think Arcade Monster started it because it's like, I want to do like a retro thing, and even though they most of the the computers, most of the games they had there, they've actually had LCD conversions, which is like the logical thing to do, right? If you own an arcade machine, I would 120% recommend that you do an LCD conversion, because good luck repairing a tube monitor for for an arcade machine. So man. I'm looking at the arcade one-ups, and it's like I gotta stop. Because I don't know, man. I gotta put myself. I gotta put myself a limit.
Obed
'Cause how,
wins the lottery. That's it.
bro,
He's decking out the
I'm,
whole
I'm
thing,
opening an
man.
arcade.
He's
Uh,
building it. He's extending the house. He's got a whole new thing.
bro. So my daughter tells me, "Hey, so you know what you should do? You could put a door there and do another." I was like, "Kid,
I
shut
love the
up."
creativity.
I was like, "Kid,
She,
shut
there's no
up, kid."
limits for kids. It's great.
And yeah. I was like, "Yeah, that would be fantastic, right?"
Just as easy as that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Put
exactly.
a door. Who cares?
Yep. But I'm very happy that the Dreamcast is working and it's working proper. Again, if the laser starts failing again, I'll do a conversion to SD, because it's cheap. You can buy the kit is like $50, 55. An SD card is what, $15. I can probably fit
Yeah.
most of the Dreamcast games on like a 64 gig 128 gig card probably. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. But
I'm
yeah,
excited for you, dude. Hopefully, this weekend you can get into it a little bit more because I all your pictures on Facebook. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
this
yeah,
guy's got a legit setup.
yeah. Now, man, I
Pretty
gotta do
good.
Sekiro first. I gotta finish it. I got too much
Oh
stuff
man.
going on with PS5 now. So yeah. Like I really wanted to buy Guilty Gear. I was like, I'm not gonna buy it yet because I'm not gonna play it because I'm playing Sekiro, and then after that I want to play Final Fantasy 7 again, and then after that probably then I'll do that. But it's just too much going on and too little time. So we'll see. So like we mentioned, not much happening, but we do have our update for Loki and Bad Batch. Let's do Bad Batch first. Okay, so the bounty hunters are working for the Camino ones. That's where we go. I think that was the biggest revelation that we had. That's of significant importance. But there's a character back.
Yes,
Cad Bane's
Cad
back.
Bane is back, dude. Lovely sequence having him back, dude. Like that was a great callback, and I mean now he's a prominent character in this show because he took the kid.
Yeah, yeah, man. I didn't expect it. So it's like he showed up. I was like, "Oh, is this sucker? He's still alive?" It's like, "Yeah, that's right, because he was in prison. He never died. Like the
Right, they
Jedi
never
never.
showed him die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Jedi's never off him. So and now he probably was liberated when the Empire took over, because
Yep.
Empire don't care. It's like political prisoners. It's like you can do whatever you want.
Throw them all out.
Yeah,
Yep.
basically. Um, so that was
If
very
anything, he
interesting.
was hired by them. If anything, to get the kid.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that Fennec was hired by the Camino ones too, unless Fennec is working for someone else, right? Because we know Bane's
They
working for the Camino ones.
right.
That we know. But like Fennec is not clear yet. So
No.
yeah.
And you would need a bounty hunter to take down a bounty hunter because we saw Hunter try his best to stand against Kate, and that wasn't even close. I mean, that was a quick shot.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I mean, well, not beautiful seeing Hunter get shot, but
he got
yeah, yeah.
basically.
But incredible accuracy to the Star Wars canon.
Yeah. Um. So that was in the last episode, right? The one
Yeah,
from
that
last
was
Friday.
yeah.
The refresh my memory. The previous week,
Was that the Chips episode? No. Yeah. Hold on.
because before that we had the sisters, and then after that,
Spice Girls. That's what I call them.
um, yeah, the one that was what happened. See that so probably nothing of Oh no, it was the one with Wrecker flipped.
Right. The
Yeah, yeah,
ship.
yeah. So yeah, so Wrecker flipped, and they got
Which you
him.
were calling that for a while.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty obvious, but I thought it was gonna be a bigger problem. Like I thought the whole Wrecker thing was gonna be like a whole thing like crap. Wrecker flipped, and we can't get a hold of him, and he's like out there. But
Right.
no, they he got subdued, and they got him in, and they moved the ship, and yeah, away we go. They all did remove their ships, so that way there's like no other problems. Yeah, and they found Rex, or Rex found them, I should say. So that was good to see Rex on here. Uh, of course, Rex goes off to do like his own thing after, and we all know where that ended. So yeah, uh, I think it was pretty solid. This last episode was really really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this one was the one with the ship. Like I said, is like the stakes were high, but they dealt with it, I guess, too easily, if you want to say that.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, this last episode is pretty cool. Like seeing how they were able to escape and all that stuff. And there's they stole all this incredible, which when they were stealing the weapons or really acquiring it right for this lady, like it's yeah, it's it was cool to see them like kind of on a mission, but it was very foreshadowing that they were going to be using these weapons very quickly. And
Yeah,
so came into play pretty nicely for that escape sequence. But they messed up. Was it Crosshair? What was his name? I mean, he got burned
Crosshair.
in
Yeah,
the face.
yeah, he did.
So that's a pretty bad injury. He looks like Dengar a little bit with the raptor on
When
his
he was
head,
wrapped.
with the with the pamper on his face or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if he's get Dengar? But we already saw Dengar in Clone Wars, so who
We
knows?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That would be funny
We've
though.
seen Filoni's take on Dengar.
Yeah.
Did you hear? Okay, little fun rumor. I don't know if you heard this, but there's a rumor going around that there is an Inquisitor show that Disney Plus is coming to Disney Plus. Like, and I think it's going to be live action. This is a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. But
Really?
that Filoni's been pushing for this, and that they're working on an Inquisitor show on Disney Plus.
Huh?
So I
But
don't know how they'd pull it off. I don't know what that supposedly even entirely entails. Obviously, our instant thought goes to Rebels and obviously the game, right? Jedi
yeah,
Fallen Order.
yeah.
So, not exactly sure where they'd go with that, but if it's a one-off season, sure.
Interesting. I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, if they get the right cast and Vader's around, just to if it's just one episode to say you had failed me for the last time, and force choke someone and leaves, and that's it. So that'd be great. Um, Interesting. Okay. I mean, I could. That would be honestly, Joel. as a Star Wars fan, I would say that giving me a show from the point of view of the Empire would be awesome.
Oh,
Because
sure.
everything we've gotten has been the good guys, good guys, good guys, right? Uh, and then we got some gray uh, with Bando and Rogue One, but now like giving me like a like the beginning. I think the beginning or the first act of the Battlefront 2 campaign was very compelling because you're in there and in the Empire and you see the behind the scenes of what's going on and Operation Cinder and all this stuff that
Right.
happened, right? Um, I think that all of that stuff was very compelling. One when they flipped, right? Um, then it became kind of generic, in my opinion. It wasn't bad,
No, I agree.
yeah, but it was kind of like, oh, this is like more the same sort of thing now.
And that's the thing. Like for a live action thing, like we've not seen a lot of this. Like you said, a little bit in the games. I've seen the books, that sort of thing. But it would be nice to see. Like, there's two characters that come to mind that I would be happy to see more of them in a live action sense and get like they're like a focus on them. One being Darth Maul. I'll take Darth Maul if you can give me something with him live action. I'll take it. And then the other one being Darth Vader, obviously. Like if you, and I think Darth Vader, you don't like that would probably be one of the easiest ones to do. I don't
True.
think like if you mess that up, that's pretty terrible because he's such a like his character has been so well developed from George Lucas's like all of his stuff that he has written out on him. Like we never got to see like after episode 3 like how his anger drove him to do all the stuff that he did, and like
Yeah.
you can watch someone be a villain like that and still be fascinated with where they're going. Darth Vader's obviously super prominent, so it'd be easy for them to make a lot of money on it. Like that's to me one of the biggest no brainers of why haven't we gone. And obviously Obi-Wan is that's one of the reasons why to me that is my most anticipated Disney Plus show. Like
Yeah.
aside from that is Ahsoka, but like Obi-Wan is like my biggest thing. Like it's because we're gonna get Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. But yeah, I don't see why they don't give us more of that. But Inquisitors, it's a safe way to kind of enter into that space if they are doing this. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm all for that. That's pretty good. So yeah, we got a new episode tomorrow. We only have not we have like 3 or 4 left, right?
I thought it went through August.
Oh really?
Yeah, it goes through August. I think it was like
Wow.
16 episodes or something.
Oh wow. I thought it was like
Yeah, very
11.
similar to like original Clone Wars.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we got a few weeks of that, so that's good. Um, a show that I really would wish we could get until like the end of the year is Loki. I love it, dude. It's good. Like out of all the MCU stuff that we've seen, right? I think WandaVision was special and it was very different, and I
Yeah.
absolutely love WandaVision. Um, Falcon Winter Soldier was good. That was very enjoyable. I had high. I think what happened to me with that show is that I had very high expectations for it because there's 2 characters that I really liked. It met expectations, but I expected more. That's the
It
thing,
was
right?
also abrupt. Kind of just
Yeah, I
ended.
mean there were and they had to make changes to
Right.
the script and what the flag smashers wanted to do and all that changed because of the current situation and all that. So
Health crisis.
yeah, exactly. But Loki is like so good, dude. It's so good,
I
dude. I bet that Owen Wilson was just a bro that owned a jet ski, and that's the only thing that he sort of like remembers in his subconscious. It's awesome, dude. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
dude. No, I'm really enjoying it. I think the episode that came out on yesterday to me was underwhelming, and I'm not saying it's a disaster. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think it was very filler. Like, it had information that was important. I'm not saying it didn't.
It had
It
yeah,
was just it was mostly just developing Lady Loki, however you want to refer to it, right? It
Loki.
was really developing that for the most part. But I mean, I know a lot of fans had a similar reaction of saying like it kind of felt like a waste of an episode for some people. I don't think it was a waste, but it definitely it was very much a filler episode. And if you and it was one of those things that like you get this eventually at some point in every show,
Yeah.
and even still for that last sequence in the end of this last episode
I was gonna
made it
say.
very worth it for me.
I was
Like
gonna
just that
say.
last was that like 5 to 10 minute kind
Like
of
the one
thing
shot
there.
thing they had.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Awesome.
That is one of the best things that they've
Oh
done
yeah.
on that series.
Yeah. On a Marvel show. I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, the
I think it
Marvel
was
show. I meant,
phenomenal.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. I was.
Yeah, for their
I
Disney
think.
Plus stuff.
Yeah. I think it was phenomenal. It was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, this was more of not only developing Lady Loki slash Sylvie or Sylvie whatever.
Well, that's a yeah.
It was developing both of them, right? Because we got a the Loki that we had a character development for is dead, right? So we're developing this Loki
Right.
into whatever it may come, right? So I think it had a bit of both. It was like developing both characters at the same time. I think they did it in a good way because it's like you might as well just have them, try to outsmart each other, and then you build character development with that. I think was good. Overall, I think yesterday's episode was good because it was a good episode. But I think it was more of exposition. Like the
Right.
second hour looks like they do exposition. I mean, we still don't have motives and whatnot. We'll get them probably next episode. But like I think the biggest part from yesterday was the big revelation that the TVA employees are variants. They're all variants. They were not created by the timekeepers.
Which
So
I'm
they
gonna
were
be honest with you, I kind of saw that coming. Like
there
it
was
was
some
nice
there.
to get the confirmation was necessary,
Yeah.
so they did it good. They did a very good job of like putting it all together for us.
Yep.
But I did see that coming because I'm like now like there's a few things,
There's
and I'm not gonna
hints.
get into predictions, but there's a few things on this show that like I can already kind of tell a pulse on it. But that's not a bad thing. Like I think
Yeah.
that's what I like kind of how I felt about WandaVision. It's not the same, but it's like we had some things listed out and we saw it trickle down.
Yep.
There's a few things with this show too, and that's what I think I like about it is that it's like it's easy to follow and be entertained.
Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. Like there's hints, like right, like the jet
Oh
ski
sure.
stuff that I just mentioned, and
Oh yeah.
Josta, and like him being like obsessed with the '90s and all this stuff. So, um, yeah.
So is she Lady Loki or is she Enchantress? The second.
So based on what I've seen is Enchantress. She's not
Right.
a Loki. Yeah.
Because she doesn't even want to be called Loki.
Yeah.
Like when he talks, she's like, "That's not make call
Don't
me."
call me that. Yeah. Start
Right.
calling me
She
that.
says,
Yeah.
"Call me Sylvie." And I know in that also we didn't talk about it last week, but in the episode last week, they did have her name on one of the documents, and it was very clear that her name.
Yep.
And instantly, like I was like, "Wait a second, that's Enchantress the second. That's the one that's actually supposed to be like the good Enchantress, basically. That
So
she's like an Avengers kind of character.
yep.
So it would make more sense for them to go that route to kind of
Yeah. That got spoiled. At during the Spanish credits.
Oh yeah.
The voice actress they said Sylvie instead of Lady Loki or whatever. Yeah.
Of course, you would catch
So
that.
yeah. I mean,
Nice, nice.
I saw that after the fact. I didn't stay for the whole end of the credits, but yeah.
Very smart.
The episode before that, I think that's the episode that sets off where the MCU is going,
Yes.
basically, because that's the episode that she basically been stealing reset charges and just spreads them around time and basically recreates the multiverse. And you
Yeah.
can see like everything like going and the
And she
dates
said
like
this is years in the making, dude.
yeah
Years in the planning to get to these
yeah
time guardians.
yep. So yeah, she's been planning this for a while. Yeah, whatever the I think that that episode was basically telling you where the MCU is going. Like, this is like, we're gonna explode this into a multiverse, and anything can happen now with like, they explained the Loki stuff, right? There's like, oh, there's like a blue Loki and another Loki that did this, and another one that looks like an
Right.
ogre, and that it was. I was like, well, there you go. There's your Peter
Make,
Parkers.
right. Right. No,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, again, and I'm not watching any more Spider-Man stuff. I told you that I wasn't gonna, and there's a few videos, new videos about stuff, and I'm not watching it.
And you know something, dude? I was literally thinking with even like Black Panther coming out, like even this that can help that movie. Even I'm not saying that it is, but like if they really wanted
Oh
to, like you could have like
yeah.
good Killmonger, like in another thing, like he's a different person. I don't know. I'm just saying, like it
Oh,
gives them a lot of
bro.
flexibility.
Yeah. I like where you're going.
Yeah, I think
Hire
this is a
this
very
man.
like the way this Loki show is important.
It
Like it
is.
is
It is.
helping us understand where the possibilities lie. Even the same thing for like it does connect to
Yeah.
WandaVision and like in another world with her the fan. Like there's a lot of stuff, dude, that we're gonna see affected by this. So it's
Yeah.
important. This Loki show is important
Yep.
for sure.
So we know that the timeline has been bombarded. It's gone basically. So I mean, there's really no way for them to clean it up. Like, this is like a highest, a high scale, a sort of attack on the timeline, and there's too much divergence, and they're not gonna be able to fix it. And that's where Kong and all the other stuff, which they keep focusing on the timekeeper, the one in the middle, and everyone keeps
It looks
speculating
like
that it's
Kang.
Kang. Yeah,
It looks just like King, the guy that they even casted and everything.
yeah, yep. So we'll
What
see.
if Kang set this up purposely?
She's probably working for him, and then she joins the Avengers afterwards to clean it up, clean up the mess.
Which then ties into the Ant-Man and the Wasp and the Quantum Realm movie. Like
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
it's all connected. I
It's
love
gonna be
it.
good, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's good. I'm really, really enjoying that show, quite a bit, quite a bit. I'm.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think
a
the
good show.
acting's good, the writing's good, the set pieces, because the set pieces in this last episode was like, you call this a filler episode with those sets? Holy crap!
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah,
spend
that's some
money.
really good sets.
Spend the
Yeah,
money.
that's some really good sets. I think it's good. I really like it. I really like it. I think Marvel again knocking it out of the park. And not that Mando did not, 'cause Mando did it right, but
Mando
they're.
started it.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now I'm very much looking forward to like whatever other new Marvel series we're gonna get. But Joel, I am very much looking forward to Shang-Chi, because like a half hour ago before we started recording, you told me, it's like, bro, you see that trailer? It's like, no, man, it's like, you need to go see it right now.
Right.
What? That trailer was insane. Insane, dude. It's like, how can these like C tier superhero has me so hyped about his movie now?
We
It's
should
just
not be as excited for
no,
this.
no, absolutely not.
Like I feel like Marvel, and I'm not trying to make it about this, but let's just be real. Like there's a strategy involved in when they release these things, right? And they knew that Warner was putting out their Suicide Squad 2 trailer. And
Oh
they were
yeah,
like, have your fun, get on
yeah.
the internet, let people talk about a Shark Man and all this kind of stuff, right?
Starro and
Starro, let them have their fun. And then here they come, NBA playoffs, and let's just give you guys give them a dragon and
dude, that dragon looked awesome.
Fing Fang Foom.
Oh.
Come on, let's talk about Fing Fang Foom, bro. And the Abomination is back, and
Abomination's back.
let's
Yeah,
go crazy.
yeah, man.
And the internet is buzzing about it. I mean, you look over to the trend, and Shang-Chi's up there. It's that was a great trailer, dude. That's gonna be talked about this weekend.
It was phenomenal.
The amount of views they're gonna get because people have to like pause and rewatch. Like it's gonna just
Bro,
rack up views, bro.
why? How?
I know.
How? It was like, and then DC can't even get me excited about
Yeah, you're just casual about
Shazam.
their stuff. I know. You get casual about it. This you should be casual about too.
I know. Yeah.
But they are doing it in their marketing for this movie.
Yep.
My expectations just taken up a notch.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Negatives of the trailer, I mean, same thing we saw in the last trailer. It's not a huge deal. It's not really that big of a deal, but like the purist in me recognizes it's like it's not 10 rings, it's bracelets, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Like,
technically they're rings, because there's
yeah, it's
circles. Yeah. I
right.
know.
It's like you're
Yeah.
wearing a bracelet, you're not wearing rings. But
Yeah.
like that's just the purist in me. It's not a game changer. It does look cool when they're wearing it though, like around the wrists, like in their fights. The Battle of Champions is prominent in this trailer as well. Obviously, that's where we see Abomination, but we also see a few other characters fighting in that tournament of champions for the rings. And that's something I had talked about early on. There was already a lot of leaks or rumors around that main battle that's going to be a main sequence of the movie. I'm not sure if that's the end or the beginning. It actually could be the beginning of the movie from some of the rumors we've heard about that tournament in there. The reason being is that like they're all fighting to obviously get the rings, and every certain amount of years or whatever, when the Mandarin's passing on, like he makes you have to fight to be the next Mandarin to get those rings. And if the entire like literally the entire universe knows about this tournament, like this is something that it's a known thing, and everyone who's a somebody is gonna want to fight to get those rings. So that's why you have like Abomination show up. That was rumored already beforehand. So to see that come to confirmation is huge. But there's rumors of like Baron Moto is gonna show up allegedly, like sorcerers are gonna show up to try and win the rings. There's mutants that may show up. There's rumors about that. Like in that entire fight, obviously, again, we just get the Abomination shot, which is cool. But like, there's going to be like literally celestial kind of beings that are all gonna, because they want the 10 rings. It's
Yeah.
a tournament that they're all gonna show up. So that little tease right there got me pumped for some epic fights I'm expecting to go down for the 10 rings.
Yeah. It was really good. That trailer looked
Yeah, man.
phenomenal, dude. Like I don't know how, but it looked great. Looked great. Looked very good.
I'm seeing Fing Fang Foom. I'm like, please tell me at some point Hulk is gonna fight this thing.
See,
Please tell me at some point.
this is sort of like, honestly, this trailer was what I was expecting from Iron Fist.
Yeah.
And when the Iron Fist show got announced, and then it was, it was a more grounded sort of thing. But I thought, because Iron Fist is like flamboyant, it's like that, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is what Iron Fist was supposed to be, not this
Right.
mopey kid and all this other stuff. I was
Glowing hands kid with a dojo, basically was what it
yeah,
was.
dude. Like,
Yeah.
this was what that was supposed to be. But I mean, who knows? We could see this kid return as Iron Fist, in this movie. Who
I
knows?
know out of all the things, like Charlie Cox is already rumored to be coming in to Far From Home,
Mm-hmm.
and then both Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are supposed to be on Disney Plus somewhere. I think with the She-Hulk show. Hulk's is
Okay.
like, come on, dude, Hulk's pretty popular. We got Abomination in this, we got She-Hulk show.
She
Like
Hulk's coming out,
they're
yeah.
using Hulk stuff. Then you got also Vincent D'Onofrio. I think he's supposed to come back as the Kingpin allegedly for also Disney Plus. Like I think one of the shows like Echo or something like that that's being discussed. There's a lot of things being thrown around, but at this point, like, and you know me, Obed, like I'm one of those people who I don't believe all the rumors. Buy the buy the rumors, sell the news kind of thing. You got to be careful, But from so far the places that I'm finding this stuff and what we're seeing happening, there's clearly a lot of things being worked on Marvel. And I think it has to do going back to that Loki show. Like the universe is going to change in Marvel in a very, very special way.
Yeah, yeah. And now, I mean, they've been really been ramping up their Black Widow marketing stuff. Like,
Oh
this is
yeah,
like,
man.
it's all Black Widow all day long,
I
which
got
is
my
great,
tickets,
right?
dude.
Yeah, yeah. So that's in 2 weeks, right?
Yep.
Yep. So yeah, we'll definitely record later that week so we can get your impressions for sure.
Yes, sir.
I've heard people have watched it already, like um, like early screenings, and I really don't know what the sentiment is, but yeah,
Allegedly, there's two large reveals that it's like stay away from the internet for these two things. Like it makes the movie more worthwhile.
okay,
So this
could
is
be,
coming from a few places now,
yeah,
like people. So I'm very curious what those are going to be.
could it be related to Loki?
Could be related to Loki.
Yeah,
Could be Captain America.
bro, and it's not again. We go back to like the like timeline stuff and multiverse thing being
Yeah.
like the new zombie. Um, dude, that I finished the Final Fantasy VII DLC, the intermission. It was really good. Like I have overall, the experience was really really good with that piece of DLC. If this is how they would reveal the other characters, or how they were introduced, like Sid and Vincent, and Kashith and all this, that'd be great, right? No problem. Um, but then at the end you get like this freaking multiverse like curveball, and it's like no, yeah, okay, yeah, it's nuts, right? And not and Marvel's doing it, and then they're gonna do it, and I think they're gonna do a good job at it, honestly. Um, but we're gonna get a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
excited. I'm
Absolutely.
excited. So now that now the multiverse stuff is out, you know, you're basically confirmed. Um, I wonder. I don't think Black Widow's gonna play into that too much. It
Yeah,
being a
me
sort
either.
of prequel, and Loki not being out, and the whole multiverse thing not being established yet. When the movie was completed, but for Shang-Chi, I could see it.
Right.
Like I could
Right.
see a you know something multiverse thing mentioned, and definitely for Eternals, because I think Eternals was probably the movie that was gonna start the whole multiverse thing, and now, like, because of what happened, and now they can probably just, oh, when they mention it, now people would know. It's like, oh, that's the thing from Loki. So that would be cool. But this stupid Shang-Chi trailer, dude,
I know. I can't stop thinking
is
about it.
nuts. Yeah,
I know.
it's
I'm
nuts.
gonna
It's
watch that thing
excellent.
again when we're done.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. I'm gonna
Oh.
analyze it for sure. It was good. It was good. Like I mentioned, not a lot of news. So we just got that again. Do you want to talk about the Suicide Squad trailer?
Yeah, we
Because it
can. I
was
mean,
fine. It was, you know,
right.
it had some interesting tidbits of information about, like, Bloodshot is like, oh, he put Superman in the ICU because he shot him with a kryptonite bullet, and you know, cool stuff like that. That was pretty cool. Which I think that's going to be part of, like, the that game that's coming out is probably the Suicide Squad trying to take down Superman, that sort of thing. You know, it was fine. I don't. Yeah.
Do you do you find yourself thinking that that's gonna be a good movie, okay movie, or are you just kind of reserving your feelings on it?
Yeah. Wait and see on that one.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I want to believe it's going to be good because of the director. And obviously, it's a very strong cast, too. Like, that's a
Yeah, the
really,
cast
really,
is
really
good.
strong cast.
Mm-hmm.
Much better than the last one. So, like, from that standpoint, I want to look at it optimistically. But at the same time, sometimes when you go too goofy, like, I get concerned that, like,
Mm,
you lose some of the true grit and authenticity of these things.
I
Like
don't
it
know. I
becomes
mean,
it depends on the thing, right? Like
yeah,
Deadpool, people like it just because of the jokes, I feel like a lot of times.
yeah,
And that's what people think of the character.
yep,
But it doesn't lose its grit either. Like it has a way about that's still a superhero movie. Like I don't know with this one what's gonna happen. We'll see. We'll have
yeah.
to wait and see.
I mean, Guardians didn't suffer from it, so
I mean, but that's because you got the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Feige, keeping that ship steady.
yeah.
You know,
But I mean,
these
I would think that this guy that Gunn got some sort of creative control
from
over the
Warner.
movie.
Who's in
Like,
charge of Warner?
I don't even know,
That's
dude.
what I'm saying,
No
man.
one,
Like they are all over the
no
place.
one.
They are
You
all
get
over the
something
place.
different every day.
Yeah, man. Like that's my concern with them.
Hopefully, this
Like
whole Discovery thing is gonna straighten him up.
I know.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
know.
honestly, that's what we can hope
Bring
for.
Snyder back. I look forward to this
Yeah, honestly,
October event, this
yeah,
October DC fandom. Much will be revealed.
yeah. Joel, the only piece of gaming news that I want to talk about is that there is a um, monitor or gaming monitor that is, I guess, being designed by Philips and I guess in partnership with Microsoft. And they're touting this as like an Xbox monitor, and it's a 55-inch Philips display, 4K, 120 hertz, FreeSync Pro, Premium Pro, and all that stuff. HDR10. No, I'm sorry, HDR. 1000 support. This thing's supposed to be like $1,600 coming this summer. I don't think this is going to come into America
Yeah.
or North America as a whole, right?
Although that's the Xbox community, man.
But
Like
what's
that's a
interesting,
tough place to be.
but Philips. See, the thing with Philips is that Philips that we get here, the Philips that you buy at Sam's Club, it's not the real Philips.
It's not.
It's a license. Philips licensed their name to a cheapo company to make displays under their name. Same with Toshiba. The real Philips, like you would get in Europe and Japan, is awesome because these guys have like awesome displays, amazing sound, integrated sound, and all that. Um, you know, it may be worth it, right? At the end of the day, but for 1,500, you can buy an OLED, honestly, or maybe even less than that. They do have another monitor coming out from Acer. That one's $1,000.
I know.
It's 28-inch, 4K 120. So I don't know. This is this one we may see around, but it's I don't know. It's interesting. They're doing this. I don't think Microsoft not being a TV company, they can definitely use a partnership and put these things out there. In the case of PlayStation, of course, Sony's already a TV manufacturer, so they don't have to worry about that.
No, yeah.
Um, but it's it's kind of expensive, man. So it's a lot of money.
Like, is it cool? Like theoretically, yeah. I love the idea of TVs created with a stamp of approval by the actual gaming by the console manufacturer. Like, I love that conceptually. I wish there was more economic, consideration behind these things because they have to know that this is only going to appeal to a smaller base of individuals.
Yep.
Um, you know, it's what it is. But at the same time, like I can't fault them for it. Do you remember the PSTV, the PlayStation
Yeah,
TV,
for
that
PS3.
monitor? Yeah, for PS3.
Yeah,
I had considered getting that at one point, but it was way too small and too expensive
yeah, it
for
was
what
a
it
32
was.
inch, right?
Yeah, something like I think so, or was it smaller than that? I think it might have been smaller. I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
I'm
whatever
gonna
it
look it
was,
up.
like the monitor looked really cool, and it had that 3D tech, which is what I liked about it the most. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
but that was one of those things you put like on your computer desk and hooked up the PlayStation 2. That wasn't really like a home experience TV. Um, I wonder how expensive it would be to get one of those now, like to find one of those
they're on
now.
Amazon for 432.
$432.
Yeah, you can buy a Samsung 50-inch for that. It was a 24, bro.
That's what I was say. It
It's
was much
tiny.
smaller, tiny.
Yeah, dude, yeah, it's not worth it.
If I had that,
There's
be it's
one
for
on eBay.
collectible purposes
Yeah,
at that point.
there's one on eBay. Uh, Seems to be working. For 180,
Oh, that's
$50
that's not
shipping.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's not great, but not
Oh
terrible.
man. Oh, this thing has analog inputs and HDMI. It's not.
Oh
It's not worth it.
no, no,
Nah, bro.
collectible,
Collectible.
collectible item.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, that's the thing, right? Because I got a gaming monitor as a Father's Day present, and it's LG. It's 1080p, but it's 32 inch, and it's 165 hertz. So that
That's
like
what
if
you
you're
really get
doing frame
for
rate,
165.
yeah. So the thing is that it's too, in my opinion, like I would have gone with for like a 27 with better pixel density, like a 1440p 27. Um, but it's because I work, most of us are working from home, either hybrid or full time, so it just helps me with just putting stuff up there and not having the clutter. That's basically what I wanted to eliminate. So um, if you're looking for options, there are way cheaper options out there that would look very nice. And for sound, you can get a decent sound bar. You don't need to go too crazy. Let's get a decent sound bar and plug it in directly to the console. Like if you have HDMI ARC, just do it. So yeah, cool.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's all we got, man. It's, like I
That's all
said,
we
it's no,
got.
it's not slow news week, but I got you a story. So please be
Absolutely.
excited.
No, that was good. It was good.
Yeah. But yeah, and just go ahead and plug us in.
Absolutely. Good people in the low time. Thanks for sticking with us. We want to encourage you to stay connected. So make sure you are following us on social media at no load time. That's at no load time. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch at no load time. Make sure to share that with your friends and family. We are purposely stream live on Facebook Live. So make sure you're following us there and turn your notifications on. You also, of course, can be subscribed to our podcast version. If you're listening to us, make sure you are subscribed. We're on podcast platforms: iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Spotify, Amazon. Go ahead and find us out there. Follow us. You can also subscribe to our video version on our YouTube channel, of course. Subscribe on YouTube to No Load Time. You can also send us an email if you have any questions, comments, or feedback you'd like to send in. You can send an email to noloadtime@gmail.com. That's noloadtime@gmail.com. Thank you all again very much, and we look forward to being with you on our next episode.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. We'll see you again next time.